Greetings, gardeners. Today I would like to talk about corn. It's one of my favorite topics, right? What I have here is a popcorn called Little Glass Gems. This was selected by a man in Oklahoma out of some native land races of popcorn that existed. It's pretty neat corn. It grew really well here for me in Mountain View, Hawaii, which is cool. We don't really think of Hawaii as being a popcorn place. It has small diameter cobs, which for me is really a bonus because the small cobs dry easily, and this climate's kind of rainy. So that was really a nice thing. When you're growing popcorn, first you have to let the popcorn ripen on the stalk as far as you can before things start to go bad. In this case, we had to actually take the cobs off before they were completely cured because the rain would start to destroy the corn. And so I took it down a little early, and then we bunched it up like this and went ahead and hung it up in a dry place that had air circulation around it. And it's been in here now, I believe, since about September, October, so we're January now. So I get a few months, like 3 months or so, that this has been hanging around and curing. It's very important with popcorn, to get it to burst, that the outside of the kernel be really, really dry, but the inside of the kernel still has some moisture. It's the steam inside the kernel that makes it explode into popcorn. And so if it's too dry, it won't blow up. If it's too wet, then it doesn't crack right. So you gotta have a nice dry outside and a kind of moist yet inside. I believe we're at that stage. I tried some of this stuff the other day and it worked out well. What I would like to do is, rather than going through the whole 9 yards of taking the cobs and putting them in a sheller and all that and extracting it and winnowing it, today I would like to do popcorn on the cob. So for any of you who have never actually popped popcorn on the cob, this is how you do it. Check it out. First off, you're going to need yourself a little brown paper bag. I got one. Yep. Put the cob inside the brown paper bag. Roll the top a little bit so the kernels don't come out of there. To do this in a paper bag, you're going to need a microwave. So for those of you who don't own one or who don't like them and whatever, well, you're just going to have to do it the old-fashioned way in a pan with oil. But I'm just going to go ahead, open up the microwave, toss the bag on the inside, close the door. I'm going to set this thing for, about 2 minutes, 20 seconds. Sometimes the timing varies a little. I'm going to judge this by sound. I'm not exactly sure how long it takes. I think last time it was less than 2 minutes. If you go past 3 minutes, I know Ellen set a fire in here the other day. Okay. Number one. Okay, that sounds about done. Most of the popping is quit here. Once most of the popping stops, if you leave it in there, it'll usually begin to burn. So, I think we're done. Pop, pop. Let's see. Oh yeah, should get pretty good. Not bad at all. All right, so first off, inside here, popcorn in the sack. Little Glass Gems is good popcorn too, by the way. So what'll happen here is most of your corn is going to pop off the cob on you, but some of it is going to stay on the cob. Isn't that cool? So I can eat it like corn on the cob. It's a little less work doing it this way than it is, shelling it out and all that. This is actually a pretty easy way to do it. Because like I say, most of the popcorn comes off the cob into the bag. And this corn appears to have been dry enough. The pop was just right. Got most of the kernels off there. I had a couple on one end of the cob. Maybe I'll throw them back in and see what happens. But there you go. How about it, huh? Popcorn on the cob. The kids will love it. Your husband, your wife might even be fascinated. Maybe the neighbor, who knows? But the kids will love it for sure. Even though it's just such a simple, silly thing to do, I found that most people have never done it. Happy gardening. Hang loose. Aloha.